Let me start properly.
Radio, culture.
All right, my name is Kwesi Eswuon Baako. I come in peace, I come not to please. And here is, 1 second. Newsroom, please knock out that banner for me real quick, because this is the editorial. My name is Kwesi Eswuon Baako. I come in peace, I come not to please. And here is some friendly fire for my Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. I am a very strong advocate for this woman, by the way, just so you know, right? Just so we situate everything in its proper context. I was very, very happy. You can go back and check our website if you think I'm just speaking out of nowhere, right? I had an interview with Dr. John Osai-Kwapong some time ago, before President Mahama, who was then candidate Mahama, announced his running mate. And the popular idea at the time was that he should bring back Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman as the running mate. And indeed, he did. Who knows if our interview had something to do with it? I don't know. But yes, he indeed did. And cut to chase, we now have our first female vice president. Now, let's get into it. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyeman, with very much respect, I want to suggest that you should check the aesthetics of how your office reacts to Ghanaians. What do I mean? I'll repeat that and then I'll explain. Jane, Vice President, please check the optics of how your office functions. And this is what I mean. A short while ago, we heard that some incident happened where some children were killed and all of that. And for me, the news, how I got the news was that I heard people chastising the Vice President's office for not reacting. They didn't mention the President's office. They mentioned the Vice President's office for not reacting. Why? I think that has to do with the fact that the Vice President is a woman. But I think that beyond that, it's also important that the Vice President's office mops up some of these social issues, social responsibilities, so that the President's office can focus on the larger picture, right? Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia told us that, oh, the Vice President's office is just a planqué, driver's mate. Maybe that's true, maybe not, but let's disregard that briefly for a moment. All I'm saying here is that the Vice President's position is one position that is not burdened with too much, to the point where it can actually mop up some of these social issues for the President's office to focus on the larger picture. So if kids die in some kind of unfortunate situation, I'm looking at the Vice President's office moving in quickly to offer condolences, to visit the families and stuff like that. That didn't happen, and the Vice President's office caught some flack. After that, just recently, by courtesy of my brother, Black Rasta, I was watching his show when I saw him do a piece on the Vice President dancing, you know, met with some group of women and was dancing and all of that. And Black Rasta had an issue with it, and so do I. Why? There's nothing wrong with the meeting. There's nothing wrong with dancing, but the timeliness of it. Because not too long ago, we also heard some Ghanaian traders who had gone to Burkina Faso to go trade had been killed. No state condolences, no wreath laid, no memorial, nothing like that. And while we're at it, can Ghanaians build that culture that anytime something like this happens, we at least convert somewhere to make a statement of commiseration to the affected families? None of that happened. But the state should lead that. If the Vice President's office, whilst the President was focusing on the big push agenda or traveling to China to go do whatever it is that he's going to do, or focusing on the next ECOWAS meeting or something. Can the vice president look more domestically at some of these things? Oh, that happened over there. Let's get involved. Let's issue a statement of condolence to the family. Let's go there. But if after not doing all of that, the vice president is dancing with her team of women in governance, do women in governance not care that a group of women who had traveled to Burkina Faso to go buy tomatoes were killed? If they do care, why are they dancing? And yes, if you had issued your condolences and whatnot, then yes, you can go back to dancing, because there are so many things going on at the same time, right? So that if they are, in spite of this going on, there's another event where dancing is allowed, at least you would have done the necessary, the needful already. And so that you can go on to dance if you so feel like it. But we didn't see that. So this is a call to the vice president's handlers, Kwesi Pratt's daughter and all these other people. This is a call to you. You have to be very, very, very alert to the optics of what the vice president does, just so some unnecessary things will not be tagged on her. Because let's face it, I believe she has too much on her mind to be able to remember every single detail that, oh, let's go do this. So the handlers are who are responsible here. Be alert, be sensitive to these things, and get her involved in the right way, because the optics are important. And now let me tell you why. We have our first female vice president. She has to impress us to make way for future female leaders. So everything she does is important to us. We want to make sure that she gets it pronto, buono, so that when we are making the case for female leaders, we can make the case like we did for her. And she's not disappointing at all, don't get me wrong. I'm only talking about the optics. Let's get the optics right. And that's the work of the handlers. You need to get it right. Because why? To whom much is given, much is expected. Ghana has given much in terms of handing over our vice presidential spot to a woman. Much is expected from you, especially from women. Ghanaian women are expecting a certain standard, out of which they will build upon, hopefully. And that's my friendly fire, Mrs. Veep, Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. I think you are doing a great job, because guess what? They say the head of the economic management team is the vice president. And judging by how the economy of Ghana is going, you are doing an amazing job. But the optics, especially because you're a woman, you're a woman. We judge women with a different barometer in Ghana. All these things that the Russian guy came to do in Ghana, if it had been the reverse, if a woman had come to Ghana and done that to a number of men, it would not have been such big news, I promise you. So women are put to a higher standard. For some reason, I'm not endorsing that. I'm just saying that we can do a little more to make the vice president look a little better than she is looking right now. My name is Kwesi Eswuon Baako. I come in peace. I come not to please. I hope to see you next week, God willing, with another episode of the live stream. Please visit our website and our social media portals in the course of the week, because every day we have something different for you.